What's up, guys? It's Meow, and I'm back with another video. Yes, I got a haircut. 2023 NASCAR Xfinity Series Talladega Race Review. Wow, that was insane. The thumbnail in of itself, I don't think does it justice, but you'll see it kind of does. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. And let's just go ahead and let's just get into this because wow. Uh, so Cole Custer, Sam Mayer, and Parker Kligerman all go to the rear due to unproven adjustments. Um, the first stage, completely clean, great racing. Justin Allgaier makes some moves. He gets the stage one win. Creed second, Mayer third, Burton fourth, Hill fifth, Kligerman sixth, Truex seventh, Chandler Smith eighth, Josh Berry ninth, and Riley Herbst 10th. Worth noting, apparently Sam Mayer's spotter or a spotter within JRM, apparently accosted Mayer for not helping his teammates at the end of stage one, even though Mayer had to drive from the back, and whatnot. Like, I don't know. It to me, I need a better read on it, but like, the vibes ain't good there. Anyway, Austin Hill and Josh Williams both get speeding penalties here, so we head into stage two. Chandler Smith with radio issues. Jeremy Clements has to pit under green with a flat tire, and literally like a lap or two after, caution comes out for a wreck on the backstretch. Parker Retzlaff, uh, Parker Chase, I believe his first name is also Parker. There's like two or three of them in the Xfinity series. And Anthony Alfredo involved. Chase gets turned into Retzlaff by Derek Krause. Retzlaff goes up on two wheels and then goes up track in Alfredo. All three cars end up sliding towards the inside. Nobody else involved, so that's good. Alfredo's day unfortunately done. Now, as I said, Retzlaff got up on two wheels. He wouldn't be the only guy to get up off the ground, although two others, as you'll see in the thumbnail, of course, did it a little bit crazier. Speaking of which, caution with 3 laps to go, and this would end up ending the stage. Dexter Stacy and Blaine Perkins. Perkins, shown with both right side tires ripped off after having flipped. We hadn't even seen the flip yet. The main thing we saw was Stacy sliding to the inside and smacking the wall, where it pops out so that safety trucks can come out. So he took a nasty hit in of itself. Andy would get the red flag here. Stacy gets loose, makes contact with Perkins just enough, and then as I said, Stacy slides into the inside wall hard. Perkins gets turned and takes a direct hit to the passenger side from Jay Buford. Oh, hey, welcome back, Jay Buford. He also hits the wall and gets turned and flips violently about 6 or 7 times. Um, and then Kaz Gralla gets nailed in the front end by one of Perkins' tires as well. Perkins, Stacy, and Buford obviously done. Perkins was okay. He was able to get out of the car under his own power with a little bit of assistance, but he was sent to hospital for precautionary measures. That was easily one of the craziest and probably one of the most destructive flips I've seen in a while. I don't think I've seen a flip that bad at Talladega since you can make the argument for like Kyle Larson several years ago. Several, you know what I mean. Uh, Jamie McMurray had one in the cup. Obviously these are Cup Series ones. Jamie McMurray had one in like practice or qualifying. I remember that he wrecked like Ryan Newman. Matt Kenseth had a wreck. Matt Kenseth and Chris Buescher in the same race a handful of years ago. Um, but yeah, no, that was a nasty wreck for him. Glad he's okay, of course. Jeb Burton would end up taking the stage two victory under caution. Chandler Smith second, Ryan Truex third, Josh Berry fourth, Austin Hill fifth, Sheldon Creed in sixth, Daniel Hemrick seventh, Derek Krause eighth, Brandon Jones ninth, and Sam Mayer 10th. Joe Graf Jr. would unfortunately suffer a mechanical failure of sorts. Apparently, nobody mentioned on the broadcast, but some people on Twitter mentioned it. He had a brake line ripped off when the car was dropped from the jack. They ended up fixing the car, and he was able to continue the race. Though at the time he's like 9 laps down or something like that. After all the melee that we will get into the rest of the race momentarily, he ended up finishing P20 because a crap load of guys got knocked out of the race. And he's like 8 laps down. Fucking top 20, 8 laps down. Because, dude, that's crazy. Um, so we get a caution for Sammy Smith. Uh, Brandon Jones gets into him and sends Smith into the inside wall. Smith's day done. Speaking of Joe Graff Jr., to the rear for running over the choose box, is what it is. 39 laps to go. Caution comes out. Sam Mayer gets spun, but no damage. He just gets in the grass in the corner. Uh, Brandon Jones checks up and loses his right front tire. Had to make contact with Herbst, who gets in the wall a little bit at the right rear. Jones also got in the wall. And all three of them, that would not be the first time they'd be involved in a wreck. Um, Another caution for John Hunter Nemechek just a little bit later. He gets turned by Ryan Truex trying to get pushed. At least that's what it looked like. Later show that Nemechek just basically lost it on his own coming up in front of Truex. Smacks the inside wall, driver's side. And unfortunately, his day would end up being done due to damage sustained. They mentioned on the broadcast something broke in the back of the truck, back of the car. Apparently, when he went to back it up on pit road to go to the garage, he lost like the sway bar or something like that. So his day done. Brandon Jones gets held a lap here for not beating the caution car off pit road. I believe he was getting a free pass here, and there you go. He screwed himself. So it is what it is. Uh, we get a caution for Josh Berry spinning in turns 3 and 4. He would save it in front of multiple cars, so that's good. And then with just over 10 laps to go, we get not necessarily a big one. If you're JRM, it was, but Sam Mayer, Derek Krause, Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier involved. Mayer, Berry, and Allgaier done. Golding shown with a splitter in his front end, probably from Mayer. Mayer made loose by Berry after Truex checked up. Allgaier makes contact, and then that's where that started. Allgaier came down, makes a little bit of contact with Chandler Smith, but Chandler Smith continues. Golding hits the splitter and gets into Mayer a bit. Um, so there's that. So we're coming down to the end of the race. 3 laps to go. We get to 3 laps to go, and the big one finally strikes. And when I say big one, I mean when you look at the number of cars that were left in this race were on the racetrack at the time of the caution, at the time the caution happened, there was barely anybody that survived that got through it or was not involved. So many cars got wrecked. Hamrick gets turned, and like I can't even list everybody that was involved because so many cars were involved. Like, basically, the summary I have: Hamrick gets turned in front of the field by Sheldon Creed because Hamrick came down too late. Uh, he ends up upside down in all this, and with a bunch, you'll see in the thumbnail the picture I snagged from Twitter. A bunch of cars around him. He ends up against the freaking wall, and he actually ends up taking out a camera in turn 3, which they showed on the broadcast, which is insane. Hemrick ended up okay after everything. Again, his car ended up upside down, sliding down the racetrack. He was luckily he was able to get out under his own power once they had it on all 4 wheels. Balicki completely lost his rear end against the wall in this wreck, which is insane. I mean, just to name a few of the guys that were all Sieg, Herbst, Hale, Gralla, Truex, Bilicki, and Hemrick, obviously, and a bunch more. The only cars that I could tell that were guaranteed not to be wrecked: Creed, Jeb Burton, Parker Kligerman, Jeremy Clemens, and some others. We got another red flag. Joey Gaze catches fire from a flat tire. His day done. Apparently, I think it was his car, said exploded on pit road, and like a bunch of crew guys got like chemicals doused on them or something. So add that to the fucking chaos. And we get another caution just before the white flag. Debris from Austin Hill. Dude was driving around with that rear end cocked so far to the left. Holy shit. But in the end, Jeb Burton takes the white flag. He has one career Xfinity Series win, and that was at this very track 2 years ago in a rain shortened race with Kaulig Racing. Burton takes the white flag. They wreck behind him. He holds off Sheldon Creed, gets the win, his second career victory, and the first for Jordan Anderson Racing a year after Jordan Anderson had that crash right here in the Truck Series, right here at Talladega, where he was already getting out of the truck with his truck on fire when it hit the inside wall. Just absolutely incredible scenes. Wow, this race was fucking chaotic, man. And I know a lot of people are gonna have a lot of things to say about the cars and whatnot. There's nothing you can fucking do. You want to make them slower? Oh, okay. So then they end up bunched up together more, and then the wrecks are gonna get bigger, and the chance for injury bigger. Speaking of which, Riley Herbst gave an interview after getting released from the infield care center, and people were noting on Twitter the dude looked like he had a fucking concussion. The way he was, because he mentioned, it was a stinger or whatever. He was doing the blinking thing or whatever, and like he looked a little woozy. Like, god damn, NASCAR, what the fuck? How? Um, so I hope he's okay. And if he does have a concussion, hopefully he can get over that. Well, I mean, he obviously will, but like, who knows in what amount of time. Um, but you're not gonna make these cars slower because if you do, it's just gonna bunch them all up together, and it's just gonna make things worse. I don't know what exactly you do, but this is the nature of super speedway racing. It's here to stay. It's not fucking going anywhere. So if you don't like it, don't watch. Don't watch. I literally at this point, it's if you don't like super speedway racing, and I understand why. There's a lot of different concerns that come from it, especially with again two guys flipped today. Perkins had a nasty roll, had a nasty set of flips, and her Hemrick ended up taking out the camera in turn three, and ended up sliding on his roof. But this is not gonna fucking change. Like I saw somebody ask on Twitter, like, why haven't they made it so these cars don't flip? Physics, gravity, common sense. Like, you're not gonna be able to keep these cars on the ground. I mean, again, having the roof flaps does help because we don't need another situation like a Bobby Allison back in the '80s. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But like, there's nothing you can fucking do. And obviously, the ultimate solution is to leave super speed racing. That's not going to happen. You have Daytona, you have Talladega, and now you have Atlanta. And who knows what other track could get turned into a super speedway at some point. Maybe that's how you save Texas. I don't fucking know. But this isn't going to go away. Never. It's not. It will never go away until NASCAR is dead and buried, and that ain't going to happen for a long freaking time. At least I hope. So with all of that being said, the only thing we can hope for, the one thing we can be glad for, I should say, is that both Hemrick and Blaine Perkins are okay. And furthermore, hopefully, tomorrow in the cup race, nobody flips. And hopefully, things will end up a little bit cleaner. But that's the nature of Talladega, baby. Chaos at its finest. With all that being said, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. Stay tuned because you'll end up seeing a YouTube short from me later regarding the Leafs game 3 tonight against the Lightning. And yeah, I will catch you all tomorrow for the Cup Series race review. Peace.